Hello and welcome to the Real Estate Regroup Show. I am your host, LJ Walker, a real estate investor helping you realize your dreams of owning a home or investing in one. Today, I want to address something that I came across when I was trying to help people understand the tax lien and the tax deed process. For those of you who don't know, let me just give you the definition. In certain states and certain counties, when a homeowner does not pay their taxes, property taxes that is, a lien is levied against their property. They have a certain time period in which to redeem that lien, meaning they have to pay it within maybe, let's say, a year, some places 3 months, others 3 years. Every month, there's an interest rate, a penalty placed on that lien. So let's say they owe $500, but they don't pay by whatever the said date is. Let's say the said date is October 1st. October 1st passes. Depending on the county, there may be a 12, 15, 18, 20% penalty, tax penalty that they have to pay on top of that $500. And every month that they're late, another 18, 15, 20% is added on. Now, what a lot of counties do is they'll take those tax liens and they'll put them up for auction. Someone at the auction, either the one who bids the highest on the face value, so if it's $500, they'll pay maybe like $600 so that they can get that 18% or 20 or 15, whatever. You follow? Other counties, you don't bid up on the face value, you actually bid down. So in places like Florida, instead of 18, you might bid down to 5, just so that you can get that lien. There are some people, honestly, who would actually bid all the way down to 0 because they really want that particular property. Okay? Because Florida, let's face it, that's a hot market. So anyway, I was explaining, all of that, the whole process. And they said it was predatory. And I was like, what? That blew my mind. I was shocked. I'm like, that's not predatory. This is what the government does. This is what the government has been doing for over 50 years. I was blown away by that person's statement. But you know what? That's how they feel. However, I have the right to my own feelings as well. And I disagree with that because I feel like everybody who buys a house, especially if you are an American citizen, you should know that you have to pay property taxes. It is, if someone is from another country and they don't know, that's understandable to a certain degree, even though a lot of people from other countries will actually come to the United States. And some of them just go online and will buy tax liens and tax deeds there. And that's something else that's strange. It's like, how is it that these people who are not born in the United States know about this, and people born right here act like they don't have to pay property taxes? Yes, you do. Okay? Yes, you do. But anyway, there's a lot of, different reasons why people here don't pay property taxes. Sometimes people die and their family members don't keep in touch with them. And their family members don't know that, this relative has died and now the house is yours. But guess what? When you don't pay the property taxes, it's not yours anymore. it now is going to belong to someone else, right? So because of that, because people should know, I don't feel sorry for the people who don't pay. Here's the other thing. You might say, well, somebody may have fallen on hard times. True, that does happen. People fall on hard times and they have a hard time paying the taxes. Here's the thing, though. The people who you elect in office should give you, or should have something in place where if that happens, there's somewhere you can go to for help. But what happens? People don't vote. People don't make their voices heard. They don't go and speak to their politicians. So there's nothing set up in that particular county. Or maybe one person goes and the other people who may have the same problem don't say anything. So that's why I don't have a lot of sympathy when that happens to people. The other thing is, let's say you are in a county. There are counties out there that do have assistance where you can work out a deal. I'm in a particular situation right now where one of my homeowners can't pay her taxes. So what did she do? She went to the county, she talked to the tax assessor's office, and they made a deal. So instead of the taxes being due for her October 1st, they're due November 1st. If you don't open your mouth, how are they supposed to know? Not only that, me, myself, for the home that I live in right now, I got a letter asking actually, if I was having any issues paying the tax. They said the tax is due October 1st for me as well. And if I'm not able to pay it, please let them know. They would put me on a particular payment plan so that I could pay those taxes. Okay? So, and this was done actually in August. That was when that information was sent to me. So that is why I don't have sympathy. That is why I don't feel that it is predatory when the government says, okay, you need to pay up now, and the people don't pay up. Not only that, there are, in certain counties, in certain areas, there are grants out there that one can get in order to pay the taxes. In addition, you can go to your bank and ask for forbearance. You can ask for deferment or some kind of help. And some banks, many banks, especially the small ones, really more than the big ones, will actually assist you. Which means that instead of you paying the mortgage this month, they will say, you know what? We will add the mortgage that you owe at the end. So you don't have to pay for these 3 months, or you don't have to pay for this month. This way you can go out and settle the taxes. You can go and use the money that you would use for the mortgage to pay for the taxes. That's another reason why I don't agree that this is predatory. It's not predatory. What it is that you guys lack understanding, and you're sleeping, and it's time for you to wake up and understand how the game is played. What are the rules? You know, a lot of you don't know the rules. You only know half of the stuff. You listen to people who don't know what they're doing. Many of them don't own property themselves. And then you turn around and you make these statements that it's predatory when it's not predatory. I hate to put the person on blast that said this. I know that you're probably upset, but you're not the first person who's actually said that to me. And I'm sorry, but I do find it a little offensive. I don't take it personally, of course, because I'm not the government. I don't put these laws into effect, but I am someone who will call on the phone. Because, see, our property taxes pay their salaries. You guys need to get up on that phone. You need to make phone calls, call your local representatives, and let them know what's going on. Some of them are blind and they don't know what's going on. Even though some of them don't even truthfully live in your city and state, and yet they're making laws for you. Some of you don't vote, period. And this is what you get for not voting. This is what you get for, okay, you voted, but you don't say anything. You don't call them and let them know what's up. Like I said, where I live, some of the representatives own property, but some of them don't own property. Some of them are still renting. And those that rent, they don't know what it's like to be a landlord. They don't know what it's like to be a homeowner. But they care. But they just don't know what, and many of them don't know what to do. Many of them don't even have a good economic education. So it's up to you to get out there, write those letters, send those emails, inform them of what's going on that they might not necessarily be aware of. And if you even have to go to your state capitol and protest, or if you have to go to Washington, D.C., yes, please go and do so. But don't say that it's predatory when you don't know the rules of the game. All right? So, guys, that's all I have. Please feel free to share this amongst your friends. Remember, each one, reach one, teach one. Bye for now. Until next time, have a good night.